XRP has undeniably solidified its place as a standout in the crypto space. Anyone looking at it rationally without falling into the trap of XRP derangement syndrome can see that. It's clear as day. XRP is an early winner, and its story is only getting better. In my eyes, XRP has hit escape velocity, yet the momentum keeps building. The ecosystem surrounding XRP is growing rapidly, and I'm here to spotlight some of the most exciting developments in this latest installment of XRP Moonwatch. Trust me, we're just getting started. As more money pours into crypto and more people discover XRP, they're going to come to the same conclusion we did. Wow, this is actually useful. This XRP thing makes sense. I'm in. Not everyone in the crypto world is a narrow-minded, toxic Bitcoin maximalist. And the sheer amount of innovation happening specifically around XRP proves that it's genuinely one of the coolest projects out there, and it's attracting more institutional money by the day. On top of that, investment vehicles from traditional finance are now being tailored for XRP. These tools, long available for other assets, are finally here for XRP, marking another big step forward. But before we go deeper, let me be clear, I'm not a financial expert. This isn't financial advice, and you absolutely shouldn't base any buying or selling decisions on what I say, okay? Let me quickly highlight something huge here, okay? Crypto Basic just dropped this headline: financial institutions to engage with XRP as Ripple-owned Hidden Road secures FINRA license. I actually made a video about this recently, breaking down the significance of Ripple acquiring Hidden Road and this license. That news hit about a week ago, so I'm guessing many of you are already familiar, but let me just say this. This is the biggest XRP development I've ever seen from Ripple. Absolutely massive. The potential real-world utility for XRP and the XRP ledger is about to skyrocket because of this. Honestly, it's hard to even describe how monumental this is. With more people diving into crypto and seeking broad exposure, this is yet another reason why more money will inevitably flow into XRP. It's a game changer, plain and simple. And if that wasn't enough, check this out. Ripple is making waves with Asia's first XRP investment product. I won't dive into the full article here, but I've got to highlight an amazing thread from Hashkey Capital, the company behind this launch. This is their official account on X. And here's the scoop. Hashkey Capital is rolling out Asia's first XRP Tracker Fund with Ripple as an early investor. This is wild stuff, folks. All of this is happening alongside the other game-changing updates I'm sharing in today's video. This is a huge leap forward for expanding institutional access to XRP, the third largest token by market cap. Enter the Hashkey XRP Tracker Fund, a cutting-edge product designed to mirror XRP's performance. This fund gives professional investors regulated institutional-grade exposure without the hassle of direct ownership, custody, or trading. Now, let's be real for a second. For crypto early adopters like us, the idea of buying an investment product, whether it's an ETF or something else, instead of simply holding the asset itself, feels almost sacrilegious. That's just how we're wired. But here's the thing. Not everyone thinks like us, and that's completely okay. Some people don't want to dive into the complexities of crypto. They don't want to learn about self-custody, set up a Coinbase account, or figure out the ins and outs of wallets. They just want simple, broad exposure to crypto in a trusted, regulated way. And honestly, that's totally fine. While I'd personally never use a product like this, I'm not criticizing it at all. In fact, I think it's a fantastic development. Tools like this open doors for more people to access the XRP ecosystem, and that's a win for everyone. Infrastructure like this should absolutely be built out. It's a necessary step for broader adoption. And here's the exciting part. Funds like this mean more money flowing into XRP. It's similar to how ETFs work. People invest in the fund and it's backed by real XRP. That's the beauty of it. A strong step forward for XRP and a strong step forward for crypto. Why XRP? It's a great question, and here's why. XRP is leading the charge in transforming cross-border payments, offering faster, cheaper, and more efficient transactions than outdated systems like SWIFT. Plus, it's paving the way for tokenizing real-world assets on its native blockchain, the XRP ledger. Already trusted by financial institutions and enterprises worldwide, XRP is making waves. Case in point, Hashkey Capital's new XRP Tracker Fund, a first in Asia. This is their third tracker fund after Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs, and with regulatory approval, it could evolve into a full ETF within the next year or two. opening even more doors for institutional investors. This isn't just random, it's driven by demand. People want access to XRP, and options like this are only growing. If you think XRP is onto something, you're not alone. The more people learn about XRP, the more interest skyrockets. It's clear the world is catching on, and it doesn't stop there. Hashkey Capital and Ripple are taking things further with a strategic partnership. Together, they're exploring new investment products, cross-vendor DeFi solutions, and tokenization opportunities, including the potential launch of a money market fund on the XRP ledger. Real-world assets tokenized on the XRP ledger. It's not just an idea. It's happening. Back when I first dove into crypto, yeah, it was 2017, not 1992. This is exactly the kind of thing the XRP community always envisioned. Tokenizing real-world assets was something we believed in, but it was practically unheard of then. Sure, there were a few pioneers, like a company in 2015 that tokenized gold on the XRP ledger. Whatever happened to them anyway. But it was rare. Crypto was still in its infancy, barely taking its first steps. Fast forward to today, and what once felt like a distant dream is finally becoming reality. The world we imagine is unfolding, and yes, the XRP ledger is right in the thick of it. That also means XRP itself plays a crucial role. Every transaction on the XRP ledger, every single one, requires XRP to function. It's baked into the ecosystem, like a gas fee powering the whole engine. Now, here's the exciting part. Ripple is stepping up as an anchor investor, seeding capital for a fund aimed at driving institutional money into regulated XRP products and the broader digital asset space. It's a big move, signaling deeper collaboration between major blockchain players. This is the kind of progress we've been waiting for, and I couldn't be more thrilled to see it all falling into place. Cointelegraph recently posted an update about XRP leading the altcoin ETF race, but they made a small mistake. They mentioned nearly 10 active applications, but as XRP Crow rightly pointed out, it's actually 11. I wanted to highlight this because the gap here is enormous. XRP has 11 filings, the second place Solana with just 5. Then you've got Litecoin and Doge at 3 each, and names like HBAR trickling in with just 1. I'm a big fan of HBAR, don't get me wrong, but this level of interest around XRP is insane. The numbers don't lie. XRP has clearly been chosen by investors worldwide as a frontrunner in the crypto space. And here's the kicker. Almost no one on the planet has even heard of XRP yet. Less than 1% of people globally have ever held it. Think about that. It's already hitting $2.00, and barely anyone knows about it. What happens when adoption truly takes off? And if that wasn't exciting enough, Gemini just announced they're adding XRP to their free trading algorithms for passive returns. Gemini has officially announced the addition of XRP to its lineup of free trading algorithms, giving users an exciting new way to earn passive income. This move broadens the scope of automated crypto trading, joining the ranks of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. According to Gemini, these algorithms allow users to generate cash yields and accumulate more XRP effortlessly. Here's the official post from Gemini's account on XRP just joined the Algo Squad, now running alongside Bitcoin, Solana, and ETH, earning cash yield and stacking more XRP completely hands-free. Set it up, sit back, and let it do the work. So here's the deal. I've never used anything like this before. From what I've gathered, and trust me, I've done some digging, it seems they're leveraging arbitrage opportunities to help users stack more XRP automatically. That's about as much as I can confirm. I typed, I searched, I scrolled, but if there's more to how this works, it's been elusive. Maybe I missed something. If you've got insights, feel free to spill the tea. I'm no expert, just a curious internet explorer trying to connect the dots. If I missed something here, feel free to drop a comment, but I couldn't find much detailed info on exactly how this works. To be fair, I don't have a Gemini account yet. Maybe one day I'll dive in and give it a try just to see what all the buzz is about. John Deaton, though, he's a massive fan of this, and when John's excited, it's worth paying attention. He's been talking a lot about it lately, saying the mission behind this is to give regular retail investors access to tech usually reserved for the so-called big shots. And if that's the goal, he's all in. From what I've seen so far, this seems to be the case here. Now, I'll admit, I'm always hesitant when it comes to anything that sounds like, hey, hand over the keys to your crypto and we'll do the rest. That kind of thing, it freaks me out. But that's not what this is. This is a trading algorithm, plain and simple. I can't personally vouch for it yet, but John Deaton is already using it and he's genuinely excited, which is saying something. He's super selective about what he supports, and he's definitely not getting paid to promote this. A few days ago, he shared a post that's probably caught your eye by now. He said, XRP Army, I've started working with the team at TriArch Public. Find them at TriArch Public on X, as they've launched an XRP algorithm. It's awesome and free. I've got my Gemini account set up, running both XRP and Bitcoin algorithms, adding more XRP and generating cash flow. That enthusiasm? Pretty noteworthy. I'm a big believer in self-custody, so the idea of keeping a significant amount of XRP on an exchange for something like this makes me pause, just being honest here. It's an intriguing concept, though. I might give it a look, maybe even try it out. But here's the thing. I've never sold a single XRP, not one. And while I know I will someday, my goal is to eventually sell most, if not all, of my XRP when the time feels right. The thought of selling any XRP before that point, yeah, it doesn't sit well with me. Maybe that's just me, but I think I'll hold off for now. For those who are comfortable, it could be a way to earn a little extra without putting all your XRP at risk. Assuming everything works as advertised, it might be a great tool. Still, the real question for me is, how much XRP would you actually need to keep on an exchange like Gemini to make it worthwhile? That's where I get hung up. Not saying it's a bad idea, but for me, that's a tough call. John's not exactly promoting anything harmful here, so let's not jump to conclusions. I just want to be careful with how I phrase this because I don't want anyone to take it the wrong way. I'm not saying it's bad. Personally, I'm not a fan of leverage, but I do believe tools like this should exist for those who want to use them. It's all about freedom of choice. We're adults, and if someone wants to make a less than great decision, that's their call. Who am I to say, no, you can't? That said, John's recent post raised some eyebrows because it's not his usual content. Even David Schwartz chimed in, concerned John's account might have been hacked. David tweeted, "This post seems off in many ways. Don't trust it until there's confirmation he hasn't been hacked." For the record, John wasn't hacked. He cleared the air and even did a live stream explaining his interest in this topic. Here's the thing, tools like this wouldn't even exist if there weren't real demand for them. The interest in XRP speaks for itself. It's been recognized globally as one of the early standouts in the crypto space. The momentum is undeniable at this point. Oh, and speaking of XRP, here's some quick news I've been meaning to share. It's not a massive update, but still noteworthy. According to the Crypto Basic, Ripple's Europe MD recently confirmed a Euro stablecoin on the XRP ledger. It's not just RLUSD anymore. Now we're seeing stablecoins for other currencies like the euro. You love to see it. All of this is paving the way for XRP's long-term success. It's happening right now, right in front of you. Those who aren't paying attention are missing out big time. I can't help but feel for the ones who a decade from now will stumble across this and wish they could have snagged XRP at just $2. By then, it'll be too late. The chance to achieve life-changing wealth with XRP will be gone, just like it already is for Bitcoin. Sure, if Bitcoin hits $1 million someday, it might still bring wealth for some, but let's be real. The window for making massive short-term gains with Bitcoin, that ship has sailed. XRP, on the other hand, still holds that door wide open, but it won't stay open forever. So kudos to you for being here right now when it matters most. You've cracked the code before almost everyone else on the planet. Remember, though, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't buy or sell anything just because of what I say. It'd be a really, really bad idea.